I received a question on the Armoured Emu Brigade's Discord server regarding the video that I made about how the Royal Australian Navy went from being the fourth largest navy in the world following the Second World War and shrinking so drastically afterwards. So at its peak, the RAN operated over 337 warships and had just under 40,000 personnel. But almost immediately after the war, the Navy underwent a drastic reduction, so much so that by 1950, that number was now just 26 warships with another 52 in reserve. So the question was, what exactly happened? First, it's important to understand that navies typically demobilize after a major conflict. This happens across the board. Most of the Allied nations, including Australia, reduced their naval forces by design. The Axis forces, however, were forced to do so by mandate. However, the scale and speed of the RAN's reduction within just 5 years was especially significant. To clarify, when a navy refers to a warship, it means any ship equipped with weapons and designed for warfare at sea. This definition includes everything from aircraft carriers and battleships to destroyers, submarines, and even smaller craft like landing craft and harbour launchers. The primary reason for the reduction for the RAN was predominantly economic. Warships are, as you would expect, expensive to operate to maintain, and in the post-war period, the Australian government just couldn't justify the cost of maintaining such a large fleet in peacetime. Decisions on the Navy's future was largely made by 1944, and the new RAN, noting the strategic importance of naval aviation, decided that the new Navy would include 2 light fleet aircraft carriers, 2 cruisers, 6 destroyers, 16 other ships in commission, and 52 ships in reserve. Beyond the economic factors, manpower was another key issue. During the war, the RAN, like other Allied navies, relied on short-term enlistments, with many personnel signing up for the duration of the conflict and that alone. And once the war ended, most of these returned to civilian life, leaving the Navy with a shortage of crew. This challenge wasn't new. After the First World War, the RAN faced exactly the same problem. They could either crew its flagship, HMAS Destroyer 1, or the rest of its fleet. Not both. On top of these issues, technological advancements during the war made much of the existing fleet obsolete. Naval warfare had changed since the rise of naval aviation, the development of radar and sonar, and the emergence of new technologies on the horizon, which resulted that many of the vessels that had been critical during the war were now outdated and unsuitable or uneconomical to be updated for modern naval operations. So while the RAN shrank from 337 warships to just 26 by 1950, this smaller force was far better equipped to operate in a post-war world. The Navy's focus shifted from maintaining a large fleet to a modernization and efficiency, ensuring they could meet the demands and strategic landscape of the Cold War.